What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Zeus on Crypto here. So let's talk crypto because therapy is expensive, and I already spent my money on the meme coins. So let's see what is going on today on the market. It doesn't look so great. But we have some news, some good news, some bad news. Let's jump on it and see. Tell me how's everybody doing and where's everybody from and what's their thoughts for today about crypto and all macro environment. Thank you. So let's see where are we at. Okay, uh, market cap has actually went down. Bitcoin is below 90 grand, so it's kind of sucks. But we're still hovering around $3 trillion market cap. Hopefully, we'll go up, but now it's strange times because of the all of this macro news and macro predictions. So Ethereum is actually still hovering around 3,000, which is, I guess, just okay. And Solana dipped down a little bit below 140, so it's lower to 130s right now. So it is what it is, right? Yeah. So crypto bubbles on the daily is a shit. Doesn't look pretty at all. And fear and greed market is still 28, but we have that from the yesterday because it's renewing every 24 hours. So I'm sure we're gonna have a fear couple points lower. So and why we are dumping? So this is ETFs inflows and outflows. So apparently we see. So this is for the last couple weeks, pretty much. We see the dates, and it's been pretty much outflowing and selling. So and yesterday, BlackRock sold 113 million in dollars of Bitcoin, then half a 100 millions from Fidelity. So yeah, it wasn't. We didn't have any inflows. So and total was still positive. I think it's we still 62 billion in plus for the BlackRock, and so everywhere was still in plus. So it still looked promising, but right now it weekly or daily we don't look good. So and yeah, here is the actually from it's shown that BlackRock just deposited. It's actually already today, 120 million of BTC and 2.5 million of ETH to Coinbase. So what do we have in the morning, early in the morning today? So yeah, we here we get in daily. Yeah, so we are late 1 day, so obviously we're not gonna have a green market, I think, for tomorrow or today. So and we see for today, it's they're gonna dump another 120 million of dollars of BTC and 2.5 of ETH. So yeah, that's what happens. They sell in, and we have that dump. So here is what we see from the exchanges. Binance sold 4,000 Bitcoin and Coinbase 5,600 Bitcoin. Fidelity 3,200. Strategy sold. Oh, Strategy sold. Well, that's kind of sucks. 3,800 Bitcoin. Wintermute is 1,700. So over 2 billion already in dollars being dumped and keep selling more every minute. So yeah, that's why we have a red market and we dip below $90,000. It sucks, but yeah, that's what happened. We need to go above 90,000 to settle down. We don't even have a chance to go above 100,000, but it needs some time. And here we go. Bitcoin ETF just posted their biggest ever drawdown versus cumulative inflows, the start of the bear market. Yeah, they pretty much flushed off the market. So doesn't look good, but It's they just dropped the bottoms. So I think it's all bottom right now. So we'll see. We have a couple of questions. Let's answer it. Hey, what's up? Good to see you again. Hello from Henderson, Nevada. All right. My neighbor, right? Okay. From Jay. What wallet do you trust now with so many scams? Well, thanks for the question, Jay. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming over on the channel. You actually cannot uh, trust wallets. I mean, it's a two-faced question. Wallets, pretty much, you have to hold your crypto in the wallets. You have two type of the wallets. It's cold wallet and hot wallet. Hot wallet is pretty much active wallet where you actively trading or you actively accumulating. That's something like MetaMask for the Ethereum blockchains. For the Solana, I use Phantom, or you have Soulflare also, and Backpack. It's for Solana blockchain. And you have another Trust wallet. It's actually the name of Trust wallet. It's for the multi-chains, but that's the hot wallet. What do you do usually when people buying and you have to take the of the exchanges you put in the hot wallet or cold wallet? Cold wallets is actually most important wallets that something like a Trezor Ledger. They have another easier wallets. I don't remember the exactly name off top of my head, but personally, I like Trezor. They support multi-chains and they support Solana, Sui, Bitcoin, mostly mostly crypto coins. So that's how you should learn and use the wallets, especially like first of all, of course, you can use the hot wallets, but eventually you need to pull all your crypto to the cold wallets. That's the most safest one. And of course, all of these wallets are cold or hot. You have a 12 or 24 seed phrase code that you have to you not that you have to remember, but you have to write down offline on some kind of piece of paper and hide it, or just uh, some place that you would remember and you would never lose. Because if you lose, you pretty much on your own. You done. All your crypto will be disappearing. So, and it's many examples from uh, past days been happening. You know that you cannot call the guy on the Bank of America or Chase and recover your passcode. Is just not gonna happen. So you on your own responsible. It's a little responsibility that brings crypto. And so thanks for the question. And again from Jay, what got you started with crypto? It's actually happened in 2020. I tried to purchase some stuff online, and I don't remember what exactly products, but it has to be purchased from Bitcoin. And I was like, damn, it's so hard, and it's how what to do, how to buy. And friend of mine showed me, he's like, oh, you just download Coinbase and buying Bitcoin. And I was like, why it's so hard, it's so complicated. And then I heard before about Bitcoin, but I never really deep research in that. And then I pretty much purchased the Bitcoin. It was a little bit struggle for me. And then I purchased the products, and then I started learning. I was like, what is Ethereum? What is another Cardano and all that stuff? So then I started learning, watching the YouTube, some stupid video and not stupid, some nice videos, knowledgeable, because you can find on YouTube so much garbage and then so much actually gems too. A lot of knowledgeable people too. You pretty much can find anything on YouTube about crypto, about finance, and you don't even need to. And right now it's actually on X or X Twitter, Twitter. Uh, that's the you can learn from a lot. So yeah, that's how I started in crypto in 2020. And my biggest sweet experience that I started in the beginning of the bear right after the Corona crash, and I've been accumulating and actually having good time by seeing my money being increasing. I didn't start like if I purchase on 126,000 Bitcoin and then it get dumped to the 80 something. That those people who start like that, they of course not gonna have good experience. They're gonna have bitter experience, and they're gonna just walk out. So yeah, that's my journey pretty much, and it's still going. I'm still actively researching, learning with you guys here, and thank you for coming over here. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate your comment. And Alex, what's up, Alex? An economy enters recession, or we see continued high interest rate, won't risk asset. Bitcoin get crashed first and hardest. Well, thanks for the question, Alex. It is actually being crashed the most and hardest. If we see Trump pretty much pumping the stock markets and gold been pumping and all copper and silver been pumping, but we are left behind. So crypto is already, like I said, we are more on bottom and we still then we're on top. So technically we're in recession, and usually when numbers come out about the recession, that we already been passed through recession. So I think we already been many months in recession, and when the numbers come out, we already been off the recession. So that's the reality. And when we gonna start moving up, I think next Q1, Q2 in 2026, but we need to be careful and see what's gonna be. So thanks for the question, Alex. Welcome to my channel. So let's see, guys. I'm waiting for more questions. More than happy to answer and chit chat with you guys. Tell me where you guys from and how's it going. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin ETF just posted their biggest overdrawn versus cumulative inflows. So yeah, bear market or not. So we'll see. We'll see. And here we go. From early in the morning, it was 100 billions has been 100 billions, yeah, has been erased from the crypto market today as Bitcoin BTC as the Bitcoin dumps below 90,000. So, and we not even talk about altcoins, how bad they're drawn down. But we have also good news besides bad news that U.S. Treasury just bought back another 2 billion in debt. That 14.5 in total billions. They're preparing for something big. Excuse me. So, like we talked before, that they start quantitative easing and they injecting money big into economies. So money being gonna get printed not into billions. I think it's not. I think it's gonna be into trillions. They pretty much printing billions in a daily basis. So uh, why they do that? So they don't want that economy crashed, and of course they wanna re-elect it again, like for example Republicans, because midterm is coming and they want to cover their asses. So that's the reality. They want to have a good time, they want to print the money, and they want to be in charge and power. So that's what's happening. And of course nobody want to crash the economy. And here you go from Trump family, as always. The perfect storm for Bitcoin is brewing. It's going to the moon. Yeah. uh Trump Jr. always saying that stuff, and he's actually last couple of times dumping the market. So yeah, that's scary when he's saying that. But then on the other hand, here we go. Trump insider with 100% win rate just got liquidated on his 230 million longs after several successful trades. 31 million profit. He went all in and lost 38 million in single day. So yeah, that's they predicting that they speculating that it's a Baron Trump. It's exactly from that event happened in a 1010 when he put, I think, under the 100 million and cash out right before the Trump speech or dead speech. however he feels like. And 7 minutes into past the speech, he cashed out from 78 millions. I think he cashed out over 250 millions. And guess what? You see, even those whales, they got liquidated. So nobody really knows. They can speculate big, but you don't want to go against Bitcoin, but and you don't want to long and short markets. But of course, those people will do. But yeah, in a good note, he got liquidated. Of course, we don't wish anybody liquidated, but yeah. Ah, okay, what else we have here? What would be reasonable amount to purchase your first crypto coin into the economy? It's not a reasonable amount. You cannot purchase this just $1 into. And first of all, you have to do your own research. And of course, most important asset would be Bitcoin from crypto world. You know, from not even from crypto, but just from innovation side of everything. And it's just stocks, crypto. I think Bitcoin is a most important asset of our lifetime. But what's the reasonable amount? There's no reasonable amount. I don't know how much you want to invest. I don't know how much you can afford to invest. Maybe you can afford $50 in a week. Maybe you can afford or 50,000 in a week or a month. So just remember that you r- adding those DCA in and investing not in a for short speculation. You need to go on a long term look. 2 5 years, 10 years, and believe me, you're gonna do very well if you gonna accumulate even $5, even $10 on daily basis or on a weekly. It will your asset will appreciate 10 times, 5 times, 20 times. Doesn't matter. Just it in the end, what is right now we have right now Bitcoin is 89,000. And does it matter if you buy right now Bitcoin and 89,000 or you buy in 120 when Bitcoin gonna cost 1 2 3 million? Nope, it doesn't matter. So yeah, do your own research, but and it's up to on your own appetites how much you want to invest. But if you're gonna go strong and accumulating on daily or weekly basis for your own setup, I think you're gonna do well, and we're all gonna do well. So that's the reality. uh, Thanks for the question, Jay. Africa, Carrie. What's up, Africa? Welcome to my channel. Nice setup. Nice picture there. Okay, let's move on. So, Trump stops all the new sanctions on China and ends export and restriction. Very, very bullish news. Yeah, he stops all sanctions, but he still have all of his tariffs and all of his speculations. So we cannot trust that he's done everything, and we're all gonna go up from now. And I'm sure he wants his sons making a little bit more extra couple dollars, right, for speculating the markets and making some tariff news and other news. And from Russia reported early that set to ease the Bitcoin buying regulations. So we'll see. I guess everybody's getting adapting Bitcoin, but it depends from their own country how they're gonna be aggressive with the people and what would be they able to cash out Bitcoin and have their own private custody. That's the most important. And from Scott Besant from Crypto Eras, 2026 will be great year for the U.S. economy. I'm a very optimistic in 2026 that have set the table for very strong non inflationary growth economics. He's told NBC, Kristen Welker, a strong U.S. economy could drive institutional adoption and resolve the investor confidence, helping the markets recover from current fear level manipulated by government, by them, pretty much. Let's listen. It's quick, 20 seconds video.
stablecoins, and new payment systems. And we will consider reforms to unleash the awesome power of the American capital markets. Americans deserve a financial services industry that works for all Americans, including and especially Main Street.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him props that he's not the stupidest guy. He's actually pretty fairly smart guy, and they adapt in crypto. So that's the most important stuff to us, not the politics, but politically being politically correct with the DeFi and crypto. Adoption is the most important, especially we are in crypto world, and world is adapting. So that's the good news. And apparently it's already 3 o'clock, so we'll see if it's gonna be news. Trump is set to sign Bitcoin Reserve Executive Order today. If it goes through, one of the most bullish moves in the United States has ever made toward crypto. Buckle up. So, what is Bitcoin Executive Order? So they're gonna add like a gold, pretty much on the balance sheet for the Bitcoin. That will be biggest news. But on the current market sentiment, that's not much gonna be affecting the crypto market, I think, because we're in a dumping stage right now in a kind of bear market. So, and we'll see. But that's the biggest news I would say for the world. If you have one of the most strongest country, which is America, right? Having the Bitcoin reserve, that's the craziest. That's the top crazy news and good news that we can have it. So from Sensible Menace. Oh, who is that person? I know you. I think the natural lightning looks good, as good as the colorful lights. Thank you. I appreciate you. Excuse me. Wait. How you doing? From oh shoot, 32. Wait. What is Trump signing today? Well, that's the technically that's what they say, and by 3 p.m. that Bitcoin Reserve Executive Order. If it's gonna sign it, um, that's a really good news for the crypto. I really hope Trump signs that bill. That would be huge. Yep, could not disagree with you. Exactly, that will be cool. Let's move on. Here go another news. That's actually huge news too, because from Lark Davis, state of Indiana introduced bill that would allow public pension funds to invest in Bitcoin. So we would think public pension funds. Who cares about pension funds, right? But guess what? America is the richest country in the world, and where is all money? Hold on baby boomers and those people who's 50, 60 and older. So guess what? All that money was in pension funds. So if they start adapting Bitcoin to the public pension funds, it's one of the biggest money in the United States in the pension funds. It's as big as a corporation and companies. So that's actually a really good adoption, and that's a really good news. So you see, guys, we're not correlated. We have a crypto market dumping, and we have a news spitting out on right and left, but it's just not correlated. So we'll see. Hopefully, we move up soon. Oh, here's the our favorite Tom Lee believes that 2026 is the year Bitcoin hits 300,000. Yeah, like we all see right now, Tom Lee, he's representing the Bitmine company, I think, and Ethereum. So he's putting Ethereum balance sheet and pumping hard Ethereum and of course Bitcoin, permabull. So a lot of people already hate him for all of this prediction because he's been wrong for the last couple months, but he actually been right a lot of times too. So we'll see. We just can entertain right now and just learn and go with the flow. And here is from Musk: SpaceX moves nearly 100 million Bitcoin. SpaceX shifted another 1,100 Bitcoin worth of 100 million around 35 minutes ago, which is midday, a couple hours ago, possibly heading to Coinbase Prime for custody, as per Look on Chain. So Look on Chain actually researching the whole wallets and all actions what whales and companies doing. So if that happening, what does that mean? That means actually that SpaceX moving to the private custody, which is offered by Coinbase, and they pretty much put their Bitcoin on a private wallet, private safe under the Coinbase custody. So that's what news about, and it's good. At least it's not selling. That's all matter. And from Quinton that Bitcoin 1 week RSI flashed oversold levels that we have only seen before at 2018 market bottom, 2020 COVID, and 2022 local bottom when was Bitcoin hit 18,000. I think it was 15,000, not 18,000. So, and apparently he's saying that we're closer to the bottom than to the top. Well, I'm sure we're closer to the bottom, but never know. We still can dip and buy the dip and then again buy the dip and nothing left, right? We already have nothing left in our pocket. All dips been bought. And from Vivek Sen, crash is temporary. Global M2 is exploding. Bitcoin will follow soon. Yeah, well, M2 pretty much is a money injection, money supply. So yeah, we've been printing money on left and right. So printer pretty much go burr. And that's what's happening right now. It's just not correlated with the active market. And what do we have here? I agree, sensible. Yep, I agree with sensible too. From oh shoot. So basically they put it in a cold wallet. Exactly. So yeah, they for the corporations, they actually offering Coinbase. He's the number one who's offering whole day because you have to for someone like us, we have to use Ledger or Trezor and hold our own money. For them, they're not gonna trust when a regular human being like Elon Musk or somebody else never know what happened in his mind or CFO mind, right? And they just can cash out and dump it somewhere, or you can even lose it. So that's why they use private custody like a Coinbase company. So they're responsible for the big amounts of the money like that. So and a lot of most all corporations they or banks they use in the someone like Coinbase and other companies. So to not trust a single or couple people. Thanks for the question. And 4 year cycle was never real. Bitcoin didn't move because of the halving. It moved because of the world was drawn in liquidity. Every bull market was global M2 expansion, just like we talk actually about M2. And every top liquidity contraction. Now PMI recovery and liquidity is expanding and QT is over. The Fed is blinking. History says Bitcoin true bull cycle starts right now. So of course, right now it looks like it's no more 4 year cycle, and everybody changing the seats and saying that it was never exist. But Bitcoin been created towards the government printing and government election cycle. So it just didn't happen this time. Like in the last time in the Trump power and Obama and Biden of previous elections, it's been followed pretty much in a 4 year cycle. And guess what? Right now we should be topping up, but we are go to the bottom. So it doesn't add up. So of course everybody's saying 4 year cycle breakdown, and it is breakdown. But and we add in liquidity. So what happens actually if the previous 4-year cycle in the third year we were pumping? So now in the 4 years, so in fourth year we're pumping. So now 4 years is here. So most likely everybody's speculating we're gonna get pumped in the fifth year. And like Raul Paul said, he said we're gonna be topping up in the Q1, Q2 of the next year. So that's what happening with the and liquidity M2 is right now injecting. So we are done with the QT and QE is here. So that's what's happening. So that's the reality. And here is from the strategy CEO, MicroStrategy. Good take. Strategy CEO says that they raised 1.44 billion in 8 days to address the FUD, because everybody's fighting that strategy is insolvent. So to show people we're still able to raise the money during the Bitcoin down cycle.
Which is why we decided a couple weeks ago to start raising capital and putting US dollars on our balance sheet to get rid of this FUD. And it really was FUD. We weren't going to have an issue to be able to pay our dividends. And we weren't going to likely have to tap into selling Bitcoin. But the narrative that was created, and I don't know where those things get created on social media, the news, the internet, by big banks, by big government, by environmentalists, by Luddites. There's FUD that was put out there that we wouldn't be able to meet our dividend obligations, which causes people to pile into a short Bitcoin bet. And we put that, we just addressed that. In 8.5 days, we raised $1.44 billion, 21 months worth of dividend obligations. And we did it, one, to address the FUD, but two, to show people that we're still able to raise money in a Bitcoin down cycle.
So yeah, I mean, many people speculating that's going to be this company is going to be insolvent, but they have a biggest amount of the Bitcoin, on the balance sheet. I think over 1 million of Bitcoin. It's crazy. As much as Satoshi Wallet has it, as the creator of the Bitcoin have it. So I don't think they're too expensive to be insolvent. So, but you never know, right? So hopefully it's not gonna turn out bad for them, and if it's gonna turn out bad for them, it's gonna turn out bad for us too. I can guarantee you that, guys. But then on the other hand, we see that Swiss Central Bank bought the total almost that 260 million worth of MicroStrategy shares. So why would one of the strongest banks in history buying the shares of MicroStrategy if they're insolvent? So it doesn't make sense, right? So that's the reality. So, and here's the from Merlin the trader. Massive US banks are circling Bitcoin. This CEO, Fong Li of the MicroStrategy, says America's largest banks want to partner with Strategy because the biggest corporate Bitcoin holder on earth. Saylor warned us a year ago, when major banks embrace the Bitcoin, everything changes. The setup is obvious. 2026 won't be quiet. Yeah, like we said, from Switzerland Bank, they pretty much buying MicroStrategy. And I remember MicroStrategy was worth a couple of years ago under the two figures, under the $12, I think, and it went all the way almost to 500, and now it's dumped to the $120, $150, and it went on a crazy rally up and down. But we'll see. Market just doesn't look pretty, but I think all banks will gonna get all gonna get united with the MicroStrategy, and of course they're gonna add Bitcoin and Ethereum and other assets on their balance sheet. So that's the reality. And here's from Crypto.rs. No strategy is not going to sell its Bitcoin. Bitwise CEO responds to MSCI concerns. Matt Hogan said no mechanism would forced strategy to sell its Bitcoin despite market concerns. In response, MSCI waiting whether to remove the companies of those digital asset holdings exceeds 50% of total assets. MSCI index review way remove strategy from benchmarks, but Hogan argued any impacts it's likely already priced in, limited further downside expected. JP Morgan analyst and identifying strategy resilience as a main driver Bitcoin near-term price predictions. So, but who is that Mac Hogan? He's pretty much another CEO who holding on his balance sheet Ethereum. So it's kind of he making the same point as Michael Saylor. So of course they're not interested in insolvency of the MicroStrategy because they're going to be insolvent too. So that's the reality. But it's a huge company. So it's not just a scam. They cannot be just like that insolvent. Bitcoin, I guess, have to be dumped to the, I don't know how much, under probably 20, 30, 40,000 to be insolvent, but it's dangerous times. And from Mark Moss, ignore the all Bitcoin technical TA drawings, technical analysis, drawings, lines, and charts. Zoom out and look in the bigger picture, right? So, in the end of the road, that's all we should do, right? Bitcoin. We have one look. This chart ain't look pretty, right? If we go to the 1 month, it's pretty sucks. On 3 months, same. But look at that, guys. That's the main picture we should look up to. And here is your DCA, guys. Who's asking me about DCA? Alex? So here we go. In the end of the way, we are right now at 90,000, went all the way to the 125. Is it gonna be matter where we DCA if it's gonna go all the way to millions? I don't think it's gonna be matter. So that's the reality. Zoom out, guys. And where's them? All right. So that's the, and from Lynn Alden, she's a really good researcher from Finance World. Lynn Alden just posted the most brutal chart in macro, 230 years of data showing that buying power of the US dollar collapsing to almost zero, and Federal Reserve, Gold Act, and the Nixon shock. So yeah, that's what we have. Look at that, guys. It's buying power of $100 bill from 1792 to 2023. Guess what we have here in 1972? Nixon, he said that he's suspending temporary gold dollar backed by gold reserve. And guess what we have after that? That scary line right here. So our purchasing power went to shit pretty much. So that's the reality of the dollar. And it's okay we talk about dollar that it's doing bad, but dollar is still strongest money in the world. If we take, I don't know, euros is fairly, I mean, they're weaker and Canadian dollars weaker, but if we take third world countries, if we take rupees, if we take dinar and other ones, they are going very bad. So if we go in inflating, our inflation rate on the dollar will be 9, 10, 12%. Those one like actually like Argentinian peso, I show you in the next one. It was inflating within the hundreds of percent, or some of them like a Turkish lira a couple of years ago being so bad, and it's like purchasing power is going crazy down. That's the reality. So, and here you go. Once you see it, you can unsee it. Bitcoin versus inflation. And we talk about within the 5 years. We're not talking about within a couple 100 years. So it was purchasing. If we even take $100 of purchasing 2020 versus 2025 of 76. And if we take $100 in 2020 in Bitcoin, it's 1,200 right now of the dollars. So that's the purchasing power. That's how it works: Bitcoin versus dollar and other money in the world. So yeah, here's actually about Argentinian peso. Like I said, one Argentinian peso is now worth less than single Satoshi. So one Satoshi worth 100 million. One Bitcoin worth 100 million of Satoshi. So now Argentinian peso worth 0.7 sats, which is crazy. And eventually, I don't know if $1 will equal to one Satoshi. But if $1 equal to one Satoshi, it's gonna be $100 million per Bitcoin. We'll see. It might come up in our lifetime. Maybe, never know. The rate we're going right now, that it hit 100,000, we might gonna go to the at least millions of dollars. And here's from Solana news and Base that Solana and Base just are connected. Coinbase and Chainlink have launched a new bridge, linking Solana and Ethereum-based network using the link interoperability protocol. So yeah, that's why I talk about Chainlink have a lot of good cases, and it's just their token is not pumping at all. So, but that's the good news for the layer one users, layer one like Ethereum and Solana. So, and Coinbase, of course, but funniest part that actually everything start outflow from Ethereum to Solana after they open up the bridge. They didn't go to the inflow to the Ethereum. So that means something, that Solana actually better blockchain and doing more stuff. And here we go. Everyone is bridging after this news. Everyone is bridging to Solana. So we have 320 million inflows to Solana. So that's the crazy news. So you can see yourself that which one is better protocol. So obviously it all goes to Solana. And here we go. 500 million of stable coins minted on Solana. That's a USDC. Solana ecosystem pumping coming soon. Yeah, so it's been printing a lot of stable coins as a USDC and USDT for the last couple months. So when we have a big print of the stable coins, what does that mean? We are preparing for the bull market. So they pretty much buying every single dip what we have right now, and price is gonna go up. So that's the reality of the previous cycles. When stable coins are printing billions and billions of dollars, that's what's happening. And another all-time high news that stablecoin supply in Solana hit all-time highs. So yeah, adoption of the Solana blockchain is just incredible. It's way better than any other protocol, and even Ethereum, and Binance is a top protocols. And I'm not talk about XRP and market cap way higher than Solana, which is crazy. And if we check guys on DeFi Llama, they have no working cases, but compared to the Solana and Ethereum, XRP, BNB, well, Ethereum and BNB, it's legit place, but XRP, just their army who support XRP investors, is just outrageous that Solana that undervalued and having market cap 74 billion versus XRP 122. And while Solana have way more cases and way more apps than BNB, Ethereum, them combined together, and way more transaction, even more transaction than Bitcoin. That's the reality. So, and here's the from Wisdom Tree launches the first 100% stake ETH ETP. It's in a Euro Union. They call ETF, but it's a ETP over there. So Wisdom Tree introduced an Ethereum based ETP in Europe that earns staking rewards using the decentralization LIDA platform. So yeah, that's a you see the adoption happening. That's the great news that pretty much you can buy from the centralized finance and stake your Ethereum. Then Solana's coming. Pretty much you don't need to stake on chain. You can stake on a decentralized finance and have your percent like from Solana. If you stake in on chain, like in the Phantom wallet or just anywhere in Solana protocol, you're making up to the 7% API. And I'm not sure how much you make from Ethereum, but that's the future. You don't need to have treasuries and bonds to have 4% or whatever it is payouts, but you can have your native asset like Ethereum, Solana, or others, or Sui probably gonna get adopted, and then it pretty much can stake right there in a centralized finance, which is awesome. And from Merlin the trader, altcoin season triggers the flashing again. Every cycle begins with the same two signals: BTCD breakdown and ETH and BTC reversal. They both just triggered. Retail missed it twice. Will you miss it again? Be early, be ready. So yeah, some kind of TA, some kind of graphs predicting that, but pretty much every TA right now pointing on the bull market, not in the bear market, but we're all bearish and we don't know where we're going. So, but all graphs pointing towards bottom, then towards to the top. That's the reality. And Bitcoin capitulation metrics just hit new all-time high. Last time Bitcoin went up 50% when this happened. Tighten your seatbelts. Yep, just like I said, everything shows that we're going towards the bull, but we'll see. And here's the all halvings we had. Let's that sink in. Look at these guys. We have a 2020 halving block reward was 25 Bitcoin. 2016 block reward 12 and a half Bitcoin, and 2020 halving was 625. And guess what we have right now? 3.125. So all Bitcoins been mined pretty much for the future years till 2140, I think. Yeah, we have a fraction of the Bitcoin gonna get mined. So scary part that we are all all Bitcoin is out in circulation. So I think 19.5 million Bitcoin is already in circulation. Only 21 million Bitcoin can exist in this world, and more than 5 million Bitcoins been lost, and people still losing from day to day Bitcoins. So scarcity is crazy. $400 billion National Bank of Canada just disclosed. It's another news on a MicroStrategy. Canada also buying almost 300 million worth of MicroStrategy. So yeah, I forgot to add to the MicroStrategy news. Yeah, so they all buying Bitcoin, but towards proxies. So proxies is not straight Bitcoin. Proxies is something like stocks supported by Bitcoin, which pretty much which is MicroStrategy's main proxy for the Bitcoin. And here is good news over South Africa that 650 South African stores now accepting Bitcoin. 650,000. That's crazy. I didn't know even South Africa pro crypto, but that's cool. And history: 11 years ago, U.S. government sold 50,000 Bitcoin worth $300 each Bitcoin. So it's $4.6 billion mistake for nowadays. And here is another apparently good news, because Satoshi Era whale just bought another 3,800 Bitcoin worth of 350 million. So old whales start accumulating this whale holding Bitcoin for 10 years and keep accumulating more today. 100% knows something. I don't think he knows something 100%, but what we see pretty much whales from the past accumulating just like big corporations, especially who's holding 10 years ago. That's crazy. Bitcoin has the same number of users as the internet had in 1997. So, yep, we're still early. And if somebody asking me or others, is it too early to invest in Bitcoin? Well, look at this picture. And internet 1997. Do we know much about internet in 1997? Many of us didn't born. I mean, I did. From Sony, Bitcoin will run out of every price. Supply has already run out at it. 1 cent, 10 cents, $1, $10, $100, 1,000, and 10,000, 100,000, of course, even we deep down below. So yeah, supply running out. So scarcity is here. Scarcity is real. So yeah, this is John McAfee, who already passed away in the jail under the mystical circumstance. If Bitcoin breaks 100K, you can bet it will hit 1 million. And he'd been saying that probably when Bitcoin was thousands of dollars. So obviously was smart guy. And here's from Andrew Tate. Not my favorite person, but he have some things he's saying that I like it, but not really supportive of that guy.
The real money is going to come in 2 or 3 years. Now is when you need to be panicking for money. Not when crypto was spiking and everyone was talking about it and every dummy was making money. Then it's too late. You need to be panicked now, make money now, stack your bags now. Stick to the basics. Ethereum, Bitcoin. The coins are not going to go anywhere. You should be panicked now to buy as much Bitcoin needs as possible so in 3 years you can guarantee retire from life forever. You were panicking more to make money to buy crypto when crypto is reaching all-time highs than you are now when it's on sale. Think about how stupid that is. It's the same coins, the same infrastructure, the same ideals, the same technology. You need to buy now. So now is more important than ever for you to make money. Don't worry about crypto all-time highs and all that kind of crap. You need to make a bunch of money now, urgently, quickly, and start stacking a bag. So when the all-time highs come again, you can sell out $25 million. The people who are not panicking to make money now to buy crypto that it's tanked don't understand the world, because those people were panicking to buy it when it was already at the top. That's when they really want to get more Bitcoin. Now it's down. They don't want to get it anymore. That is a big mistake. Now is your chance, ladies and gentlemen. I just said this inside the real world yesterday. I said to all the students, you are making money at the most important time because the entire world is on sale. You need to make money now in the hard times. This is how you build your chance.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Not so much fan of this guy, but look at that. He's saying when it was Bitcoin 16,000 and he's saying investing now. So smart guy, what I can say. Props to him on that. And he's actually saying right now Bitcoin gonna go below 50 or something. So we'll see. It's all speculation. Nobody knows, and he doesn't know too. So that's the reality. But point of it, he's right. You need to invest in the hard times like right now. So in the bear markets. So that's the reality. And from Alex, do you think Bitcoin will hit 200K in the next 5-10 years? Hell yeah, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit probably 1 to 2 million in the 10 years. Let's just speculate, right? No promises make. I didn't know McAfee is dead. It was long documentary of him. Yeah, he died when he was 75-year-old in Spain in prison. They say it's determined that it was suicide, but yeah, it's very mystical conspiracy. because it's so weird what happened. It's they agreeing on his extradition to the United States, and then under some circumstances he hung himself, which or whatever what he did. So which is crazy. That's the reality. I can have tape on my house. It's loud. Well, I'm sorry. Too bad. It's not that. I don't know what to say. He's talking about Bitcoin, right? So that's all matter. Who cares about him or others? So the best time to buy Bitcoin. So best time to buy Bitcoin. It's 10 years ago. And guess what? When is next time? Second best time to buy Bitcoin. Right now, Alex. Right now. So that's the reality. Thanks for the question, guys. I appreciate you. Let's move on to the next one. What do we have here? Okay, here's another news. It's old news that Bulgaria sold 213.5 Bitcoin in 2017. At today's price, it could have wiped out their entire national debt. Can you imagine, guys, how crazy is that? That they sold in 2017. And right now, they're pretty much like all Bulgarian national debt would be covered. And here we go. Big mistake. But it's not only Bulgaria. It's and I think nowadays Bulgaria is actually very pro Bitcoin. But Germany recently sold the Bitcoins. I don't know, under 80,000 or 50,000, whatever it is. They make big mistake. So yeah, governments and countries ain't that smart. I mean, whoever run the countries, right? So, but what he can do. And from Ron Paul, he's ex-politician or still politician, I'm not sure. Bitcoin should be legalized as money. Let it compete with the US dollar. That's nice of him saying that, but to my knowledge and to my opinion, my personal opinion, I don't think Bitcoin has to compete to US dollar. They can coexist together. Excuse me. And Bitcoin is more like scarce asset, like a gold, like gold and steroids. And dollar, it's like we're gonna get adapted through the stable coins like Tether or USDC. And we just should use on a regularly basis that dollar and still can have our Bitcoin as a like house, as an investment asset, right? That's how it works. I think they can coexist. And actually, that's the picture. What I want to show you guys. That's the picture. How I feel our sentiment on the market, bear market or bull market. So that's how it looks like right now. So yeah. What else I have for today? That's it, guys. Thanks everybody for the comments, for the chat. So we're gonna look very careful, keeping up with the market, keeping up with the macro world and crypto world and finance. But other than that, I have nothing else to say. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for your attention. I'm coming back tomorrow, probably around 1 or 12 o'clock in Las Vegas time. Please jump on my stream. I would be appreciated. Thank you so much, guys. That's it. That's all I have for today. Zeus out. Have a good one. Thank you.